The Ricky Sorrells encounter. What would you do if you looked through your rifle scope expecting to see a deer and instead saw something that shouldn't exist? A massive, silent object hovering just above the trees. No engine noise, no lights flashing, no explanation. And what if that moment happened just before an entire town began seeing the same thing? Tonight on Space, the Final Frontier Above and Beyond, an open-minded channel, we examine the account of Texas hunter Ricky Sorrells, a witness whose story helped ignite one of the largest UFO waves in modern American history. Late 2007, Central Texas. The small towns around Stephenville were quiet, rural places. Ranch land, open sky, and long stretches of silence where sound traveled for miles. People here knew aircraft, they knew weather patterns, they knew what belonged in the sky and what didn't. Ricky Sorrells was a local machinist and experienced hunter. The outdoors was routine for him. Observing movement, judging distance, and reading the land were second nature. On that evening, he was alone in the woods, focused on deer, not mysteries. As dusk settled, something changed. Sorrells later said the light around him seemed wrong, dim, muted. He looked up. Above the trees, low, far lower than any aircraft should fly, was a massive object. At first, his mind struggled to process what he was seeing. It wasn't moving like a plane, it wasn't making any sound, and it wasn't shaped like anything familiar. Instinctively, he raised his rifle. Not to fire, but to look. Through the rifle scope, he didn't see pilots or aliens, only a massive, seamless structure that looked impossible by conventional standards. Sorrells described a surface unlike any known aircraft at the time. It was smooth, featureless, almost as if it were crafted from a single continuous sheet of metal. No rivets, no seams, no markings. The craft appeared matte, absorbing light rather than reflecting it. He estimated it was only a few hundred feet above him, close enough that the experience stopped feeling like a sighting and began feeling like an encounter, and still, absolute silence. No roar of engines, no rotor wash, nothing. For a hunter accustomed to precise movement, one thing stood out more than anything else. The object didn't behave like something fighting gravity. It simply hovered, effortlessly. Then, without warning, it moved. Not gradually, not with acceleration he could track. It shifted position and then sped away at a speed that felt impossible, silent from start to finish. Within moments, it was gone, leaving only the quiet forest behind. Sorrells didn't tell anyone right away. Like many witnesses, he turned inward first, replaying the moment again and again, searching for a rational explanation that would make the image disappear. Was it military? A trick of the night? Something ordinary that only looked extraordinary through the scope of his rifle? The more he questioned it, the less certain he became. So he kept quiet, carrying the memory. Alone, until weeks later, when reports began flooding in from across the region, and the silence around his encounter suddenly shattered. In early 2008, reports began flooding in from across the region. Residents described enormous lights moving silently across the sky. Business owners, pilots, and law enforcement officers reported seeing unusual aerial objects. The small town of Stephenville suddenly found itself at the center of national attention. When Ricky Sorrells heard others describing craft that sounded eerily familiar, he finally spoke publicly. His reaction was simple. He felt relief. Because if others saw it too, maybe he wasn't losing his mind. Some locals believed the witnesses immediately. Too many people had seen something unusual. Others dismissed the claims as misidentified aircraft or imagination amplified by media attention. Military officials offered possible explanations, citing training flights and conventional aircraft activity. But many witnesses disagreed, insisting what they observed moved in ways ordinary aircraft could not. Sorrells himself avoided wild conclusions. He didn't claim contact, didn't claim abduction, only that he saw something massive, silent, and very real through the lens of his own rifle scope. In UFO history, many accounts are distant lights in the sky. Sorrels' account felt different. He was close. He viewed the object through magnification, and his description stayed consistent. A huge, seamless craft, silent, controlled, unfamiliar. For some researchers, that grounded perspective made his testimony compelling, even if it didn't prove anything. As media interest faded, so did public discussion. Sorrels gradually stepped away from interviews. Life moved on. The skies over Texas returned to normal, at least publicly. But the questions remained. What did he really see above those trees? A classified aircraft? A misidentified phenomenon? Or something that doesn't fit into existing explanations? What makes the Ricky Sorrells encounter unsettling isn't just what he saw, it's when it happened. A lone hunter's sighting, just before an entire region began reporting similar objects. Was his encounter the beginning of something bigger, or simply the first story people were willing to hear? Because sometimes, the most unsettling part of a UFO story isn't the object in the sky. It's the moment someone realizes they might not have been alone in seeing it. And if one hunter in the woods could look through his scope and see something impossible, how many others chose not to look up? This is Space, the Final Frontier, above and beyond an open-minded channel. If you have enjoyed this retelling of the Ricky Sorrells hunting incident, remember to like and subscribe. Keep watching the sky, and remember, sometimes the sky watches back.